My fiancée texted, "I'm at my grandma's funeral. Don't call. I need space to grieve." I saw her on a live stream at Coachella with her ex. I replied, "My condolences." Then I sent the live stream link to her parents, who were eating lunch with her dead grandma. When she came home to find her bags on the porch and her parents waiting. I, 32M, am a forensic accountant. My job is to find the money, trace the lies, and present the evidence. I don't deal in feelings when the numbers don't add up. I deal in audits. If there is a discrepancy, I find it. I look for the missing decimal point that reveals the embezzlement. My life is organized, logical, and transparent. I've been engaged to Jessica, 28F, for 6 months. Jessica is lively. She loves festivals, parties, and experiences. She calls herself a free spirit, which usually means expensive taste. I tolerated it because she was fun, and frankly, she brought some color into my gray, spreadsheet-filled life. But recently, her fun started costing a lot, both financially and emotionally. Last Wednesday, Jessica came home in tears. She collapsed onto the sofa, sobbing into her hands. "It's Grandma," she wailed. "She passed away this morning. It was sudden. Mom is a wreck." I was devastated for her. I know her grandma, Nana Rose. She's a tough, no-nonsense woman who makes killer lemon bars and cheats at canasta. "I'm so sorry, Jess," I said, hugging her. "I'll come with you." "Where is it happening?" "She was in Florida," Jessica sniffled. "Visiting her sister. So we have to fly down there for the service on Saturday. Mom is already there. She doesn't want anyone else around, just immediate family. She's really private about grief. Please understand." It felt weird. I'm her fiancé. I'm family. But I respected her grief boundary. "Okay," I said. "I'll send flowers. Take my card for the flight and hotel. Book whatever you need." She booked a flight for Thursday morning. She left with a suitcase that seemed a bit trendy for a funeral. Lots of fringe. But who am I to judge mourning attire? Friday passed. She texted me sporadically. "So sad here. Mom hasn't stopped crying. The viewing is tonight. I'm exhausted." Saturday afternoon, I was at home working on a complex fraud case involving a shell company in Panama. I needed a brain break, so I opened Instagram. I follow a popular music blog because they sometimes post about industry trends. They were live streaming from Coachella. I watched it idly, sipping my coffee, glad I wasn't in the desert heat. The camera panned across the VIP Rose Garden section near the main stage. And there she was, Jessica. She wasn't wearing black. She was wearing a neon crochet top, glitter on her face, and denim shorts that were definitely not funeral appropriate. And she wasn't crying. She was sitting on the shoulders of a guy. Not just any guy. Kyle. Her ex-boyfriend from college. The DJ who she swore she blocked 3 years ago because he was toxic. I stared at the screen. I felt that cold, familiar sensation I get when I find a hidden bank account in a divorce case. The adrenaline of the catch, the clarity of the lie. I didn't get angry. I got tactical. I screenshotted the live stream immediately. Timestamp 3:45 PST. Then I zoomed in. She was holding a drink, she was laughing, she looked very alive for someone in deep mourning. I pulled up her location. She had turned off Find My Friends, claiming her battery was dying. But she forgot one critical detail. She used my Uber account. She didn't use her own because she wanted the Uber Black status that my corporate account provides. Entitlement is a predictable variable. I opened the Uber app. Recent ride, Palm Springs Airport to Indio, CA. Time, Thursday. Cost, $185. Charged to my Visa. She used my card to fly to LA, not Florida, Uber to Coachella, and party with her ex, all while her dead grandma was supposedly being lowered into the ground on the other side of the country. I picked up my phone. I texted her, "How's the service? Holding up okay?" She replied instantly, "It's so hard, babe. Just finished the eulogy. Everyone is crying. It was beautiful but exhausting. Going to sleep now. Don't call. I need space to process." Going to sleep. It was 4 p.m. in California. The sun was blazing in the live stream. I typed back, "My condolences." Attached, the screenshot of her on Kyle's shoulders. Attached, the Uber receipt showing the drop-off in Indio. Then I made a phone call. I called her mother, Linda. Linda lives 20 minutes away in the next town. "Hi, Mike," Linda answered cheerfully. "How are you on this lovely Saturday?" "I'm okay, Linda. I just wanted to check in." "How are you holding up?" "Oh, I'm fine. Just having a late lunch." "Lunch?" I thought, isn't today the funeral? "Funeral? Whose funeral?" "Grandma Rose's." Rose is sitting right here eating a tuna melt. Do you want to say hi? I put the phone on speaker. Actually, Linda, I think you should see something. I texted Linda the link to the Coachella livestream and the screenshot. Jessica told me Rose died in Florida. She used my credit card to fly to Coachella with Kyle. Silence on the line. The kind of silence that precedes a nuclear explosion. Then, Grandma Rose's voice in the background, sharp as a tack. Is that Jessica? With that bum Kyle? I thought she was at a work conference, and why am I dead? I feel fine. She's not working, Grandma, I said. She's grieving. Apparently, your passing was very sudden. Linda gasped. She said I was dead? No, she said Rose was dead, but she said you were a wreck. I am going to be a wreck, Linda said, her voice turning into pure steel. A train wreck for her. Mike, pack her bags. Way ahead of you, Linda. Pack them, Linda commanded. And bring them here. We will be waiting. And Mike, bring the wine, I'm going to need it. Phase 1. I didn't sleep. I executed the audit. I packed everything, her clothes, her shoes, her festival gear that was in the wash, her collection of overpriced crystals, her vision boards. I didn't pack them nicely. I used black heavy-duty contractor bags, the kind used for demolition debris. I labeled them lies, deceit, and audacity. I put the bags on the front porch. I changed the digital lock code on the front door. I removed her access to the garage. I logged her out of all my streaming services. I canceled her supplementary credit card, which stopped the bar tab she was currently running up in Indio. I sat on the porch with a beer and waited for the fallout. Phase 2, Sunday morning. My phone blew up. 52 missed calls from Jessica. Text, Mike, please let me explain. It was a mistake. Kyle was just there. We ran into each other. My card is declined. I can't buy water. It's hot. Why is Mom posting pictures of Grandma? I thought she died? She was spiraling. She realized the narrative had collapsed. I replied once, ask Grandma for a ride. Oh wait, she's busy being alive, and Kyle can buy you water. She managed to get home by Monday morning. She probably borrowed money from Kyle or pawned a bracelet. She pulled up in a taxi. She looked rough, glitter-smeared, hair frizzy, sunburned. She saw the mountain of black bags on the porch. She saw her parents' car in the driveway and Grandma's 2005 Buick LeSabre. She froze on the sidewalk. She froze on the shower opened. I stepped out. Behind me walked Linda, arms crossed. Behind her walked Dad, Frank, a retired police sergeant who looked like he was about to interrogate a suspect. And finally, Grandma Rose, leaning on her cane, wearing her Sunday best, looking very much alive and very pissed off. Surprise, I said. It's a resurrection miracle. Jessica dropped her carry-on. Mike, Mom, Grandma. Don't Grandma me, Grandma snapped, stepping forward. I heard I died. I was hoping for a better eulogy than going to Coachella to grind on a DJ. It wasn't like that, Jessica wailed, tears streaming down her glittery cheeks. I just needed a break. The pressure of the wedding was too much. I needed to let loose. I felt trapped. So you killed your grandmother? Linda shouted. You lied to your fiancé? You stole his money? I didn't steal. We're engaged. It's our money. Not anymore, I said. I canceled the wedding venues this morning. I got most of the deposits back because I cited fraud as the reason. The florist was very understanding. She actually follows the blog that posted you, so she saw the evidence herself. You canceled the wedding? She shrieked. You can't do that without asking me. I did, just like you booked a trip to Coachella without asking me. It's called autonomy, Jessica. You love autonomy. But I love you, she sobbed, trying to push past her dad to get to me. Frank stepped in front of her like a riot shield. Don't touch him, Frank said, his voice low and dangerous. You've done enough damage. Grab your bags. Where am I going to go? You're coming home with us, Linda said, and you are going to pay Mike back every single penny. Grandma is charging you rent starting today. Grandma? Jessica looked at the old woman. Rent, Grandma confirmed, and you're cleaning my gutters and my basement, and you're driving me to bingo. Since you have so much energy for festivals, you can handle a ladder and a bingo dauber. But I'm an influencer, Jessica whined. I can't clean gutters. You're not an influencer, Grandma said. You're a disappointment. Get in the car. Phase 3. The ring and the law. Jessica loaded her trash bags into Frank's truck. It was humiliating. The neighbors were watching. Mrs. Higgins next door was recording on her iPad. She tried to keep the engagement ring. She kept her hand tucked in her pocket. The ring, I said. "That's mine," she hissed. "It was a gift." "Actually," I said, channeling my inner lawyer, "I work with them enough. In this state, an engagement ring is a conditional gift. The condition is the marriage. No marriage, no ring. And since I proposed on a random Tuesday in November and not on a holiday or birthday, it is strictly conditional. Hand it over, or Frank can explain the statutes on grand larceny to you." Frank looked at her. "He's right, Jess. Give him the ring. Don't make me call my buddies at the precinct." She pulled it off her finger. She looked at it one last time. Then she threw it at me. It bounced off my chest and landed in the grass. "I hate you," she screamed. "You're so boring. Kyle knows how to live." "Kyle lives in his mom's basement," I said, picking up the ring. "I live in a paid-off house. Enjoy the basement life." She left. I went inside. The house was quiet. I sat down at my computer. I opened my spreadsheet. Cost of wedding, $30,000. Cost of divorce, $0. Cost of dignity, priceless. Asset recovery, ring secured. Update 1, Jessica couldn't help herself. She posted a TikTok from her childhood bedroom. Title, "My controlling fiance dumped me because I went to a concert. Toxic narcissist." She cried. She said I was suffocating her. She said I didn't understand her creative process. She left out the dead grandma part completely. She forgot one thing. I have receipts. And I have grandma. I didn't post a video. I posted a single Instagram story. It was a side-by-side photo. Left, her text saying, "Grandma passed away. Funeral tomorrow." Right, the screenshot of her on Kyle's shoulders at Coachella with the date stamp. Caption, "When the funeral is lit but grandma is still alive. Receipts, Coachella resurrection." I tagged her. I tagged Kyle. I tagged her mom. Then Grandma Rose made an account. I helped her set it up before they left. Grandma commented on Jessica's video, "I'm not dead, dear, but your inheritance is. Clean the gutters." The internet lost its mind. Grandma entered the chat. "She killed Grandma for wristbands? Savage. Imagine lying about death to party with an ex. Grandma Rose is the GOAT." Jessica deleted her account in 2 hours. She couldn't handle the ratio. Update 2. 2 weeks later, I got a Venmo notification, $1,635 from Linda. Note, repayment for flights, Uber, Coachella ticket chargeback, and emotional damages. "Sorry about the daughter. We're working on her." I texted Linda, "Thanks. How's she doing?" Linda replied with a photo. It was Jessica, wearing oversized gardening gloves and a floppy hat, cleaning leaves out of a gutter on a ladder. Grandma was standing below, pointing at a missed spot with her cane, holding a glass of lemonade. Caption, "Rehab, Phase 1. I laughed so hard I almost choked on my coffee." Final update. 3 months later I sold the ring. I used the money to buy a new gaming setup, a nice bottle of scotch, and a weekend trip to Vegas for me and the boys. I met a girl at the gym last week. Her name is Sarah. She asked me what I do. "I'm a forensic accountant," I said. "I find discrepancies." "Sounds intense," she said. "Ever find anything crazy?" "Once found a dead grandmother at a music festival," I said. She laughed. "You're funny." I try. Sarah hates festivals. She likes hiking, and she calls her grandma every Sunday. I think this one might work out. As for Jessica, she's still living with grandma. Rumor has it she tried to sneak out last weekend to meet Kyle. Grandma caught her at the window. Grandma installed a child lock on the window. At 28 years old. Grandma doesn't play. Gentlemen, trust but verify. If she says she's grieving, check the live stream. And if she kills off a relative, make sure you send flowers to the house where that relative is eating a tuna melt.